Hello. Maybe we can bring out the chandelabra. It's I don't know, it's some kind of art. It's almost like if I can lift the papers up with my hands, right? And look and see and explain to my own self onto a network of computers that I can explain it so well and type it in and tweak everything out and then come here and do that video. It would work out so perfect. But there is just too many equations. Therefore, rated I'd be too and all over the place because I wouldn't be finishing any reality. So my question is, am I completing realities? The difference of? So I'm going to show you something a little bit different. I don't think I've ever done this before. I'm just going to show you this little picture. See the 2-5 in there, the Superman? Okay, where the tail begins and where the tail ends. You see the A on this side, you see the A on that side, the Z that connects it together. It's actually 44. It could be 2 angelfish. It can be the rolling of the camera. When all actuality is, I don't remember why I did this, but I've done it more than once. And what I always do, especially if it's for the, oh yes, of course, it's 1771, 1771. And then I flipped it upside down, 1771. Okay? These can look like twins over here. We're going to get on, this is my checkerboard. This is my Montreal Canadian flower. See the Canadian flower over here? Chop this all up. You don't get the point. Do you get the point? Where are we connected, at the hips or at the feet? Where are we actually connected? In its own reality to understand the Canadians logo and this. Okay, I wasn't coming in to do this. What I was actually coming here to do, something simple, something really simple. What is the reality? Is how each number value meets each other. There, when you see it again, you'll say, hey, if this touched this and I knew this from that, how can I fit it in, especially when I have 6 number figures, or 2000, or 333, and all these reverse numbers of Messer? Well, it's simple. First and last, find if there's a middle one. To the left or to the right? To the left of 3.1. To the right of 3 is 3.1. To the left of 3 is 2.9. And pi starts with 3.1415. Of the first 4 numbers, of the first 5 numbers from A to E. Of the 4 fingers and the 1 thumb. 1, 4, 1, 5, Roman numeral. Okay, V1 or 1V, 1 life. I should get the Roman numerals after this one, all right? At least I'm going to be there. Remind me while the video's going. So we're going to start off like this. In pool, from the minimum to the maximum is 16 balls. When you add up 1 to 16, it equals to 136, 6 for a touchdown, 3 for a 3-point field goal, 1 for the extra point. Bring me the light. 91 is 7 by 13 of the 13 moons, of the 13 cards, of the 7 days, of the 4 weeks, of the 4 suits, equaling to a total of 364 or 13 moons. The letter M is 4. This is 7 and 4. 7 by 4 is the 28 days for the 4 weeks of 7 days. Of a 7-game series of the best of 7 is 4. 1 and 14, which surrounds the cube. 1 cube of 14. Because the gateway is in the cube to 7. We all know that all the opposites, whatever you turn to, 4 sides will equal 14 total. 14 total is 4 times 3.5. 3.5 grams. So we start in here, and 1 and 9 in pool are yellow and creates the blue ball, the 10 ball, within its own. The 10 is J. It says, I have. What do you have? I have the spirit birth. I have the egg inside the sperm. 1 and 0 is 10. It's nothing more than 10 in the reality, because the reality, okay, is in French, they say 10 many times. They say 10, Then they say 10 and 7. Then they say 10 and 8. Then they say 10 and 9. Then when they get to 70, okay, they say 60 plus 10. Then when they get this 7, when they're in 70, they say 60 plus 10. But then they say 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 75, 76, and then all of a sudden it's 77, 78, 79. So not only do they say 70, but they also say it again when it becomes 7, 8, and 9. When it comes 79, it means 79. When they say 74, it's 74. 14 is a whole name. 14, 1/4 of. 1/4 of. The turtle with the head or the tail, irregardless. So now we're going to go, to when we get to 90, we go 80, which means 420s. 420 is pretty funny, eh? 420, marijuana, MJ, reflecting on number 23, Michael Jordan, fly high in the sky through the hoop or the loop. That's blocking our vision or our mind. That's distorting, whichever reality it is. So we had 2, 1 and 10, 1, 11, 1, 12, 1, 13, 1, 14, 1 and 15. We end from 1 and we go to 1.5. That's it. The only difference between this one over here and this one over here is that these reflect each other. 1 and 6 creates its own 7 and its own gateway to the light. This one over here is a medium, and the medium is 5. Okay, to the 10. The pathway to the 10 is 5. This says I. This one over here says I am in French. This one is the A and the D equaling to the 14th letter N, DNA. The result of 14 DNA, 5 and 9 runs the clock. E and I, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. 2 cubes make up 12. 2 different dice, automatic, 6 and 5 make up 11. The reverse is 1 and 2, equaling to 3. 3 and 11. Do you follow what I'm saying? This one over here will create the spirit. The red spirit coming out of pool. Because in pool, okay, the 11 ball is red. The 3 ball is red. So this is what we do. 11 plus 1 is 12. That's the purple ball. We're going to stay in this ball over here. The 11 ball. 1 and 1 is 2. Now why I said 11 is because it takes 2 dice to make 11. 6 and 5. To make them equal to the 7, 7. 6 gets 1. 5 gets 2. Which makes 12, 21. In all actuality. Making 12, 21. Well, the 21... the 12 is the total of the cubes. The 21, 2 and 1 equals 3, and that's the red ball on the bottom. So this number drags you to connect to the bottom red and the top red, the 3 and the 11, and it's telling you through 1, Abba, Father. Now anyways, this is the reality where 1 and 9 connect in pool. This is the reality where 2 and 10 connect in pool. Here's a 12, and here it meets at 10. They meet exactly. 2 balls meet. Then we're going to see the 3 and the 11, they meet. The 4 and the 12, they meet. But the 5 and the 13 does not meet. The 6 and the 9. The 6 and the 10. But the 6 and the 14 do not meet. They are green on green, 6 and 14. This is purple. Why do they meet? Because we cannot count higher than 16, starting off by 1, and we have to be on the other side of the 8 ball because we start with 2 souls. 2 souls, 2 lustuses, a sun. So this is why it adds up that this would be the purple ball, okay? B-A-D, this would say bad. Okay, this would say what? This would say bad 11 is K, bad KC. Okay, now what is it about Kansas City? Is it KC or is it number 23, 2 and 3? March and November. Something in March, March 11th, or around March 11th, before or after a week. Can be anything. 3 and 11 is 14, and therefore 14 is the band around the cube, the value. The value cube of the numbers around this cube, irregardless which way you turn it, as long as you count it on a flat surface, 4 sides will equal 14. So that's what this one does over here. 14, A and D equaled 14, equals to the letter N, says DNA. The red ball creates your DNA. The purple ball mixes your DNA with the blue ball, which is the 2 and 10 blue, equals to 12. 2 and 11 is 13. 3 and 10 is 13. M&M, 13, 13. 4 and 4. Making your creation 4 and 4. To end it, we end with 7 and 9. 7 and 9 is 1 and 3, and 3 and 1. 11 times 11 times 11. 1331. 1331 will make 4457 connecting to the moon. 57 and 31 will make 88. 88 and 31 will make 119. But you're saying, well, I'm doing 2 31s and 113. No, I'm not doing 2 31s and 113. What I'm doing is 31, 13, 31, 13, 31, 13 here. And down here, I'm starting at 13, 31, 13, 30. So when this one's at 88, this one is at, this one will go from, hold on, 44, 54, 64, 74. This one will go to 75. You see, this will do 13, 31, right? We'll do 57, 75. Okay? So look at it this way. 13 plus 31 is 44. 31 plus 13 is 44. 44 plus 31 is 75. Okay? Now, 31 plus 13, 13 plus 31 is 44. Okay? Plus 13, okay, is 57. So I take that over here and we go 17, 51, 57. We stretch it out to this one over here where the 20 is 1, 21, 35, and 40. 75, 57, and if you go to the roulette, French roulette, okay, or England or something like that, I always call it the French roulette because it's the opposite of the English. And these two will be 57, 75. The moon, or 1/4 of the moon, because 3 times 25 is 75. 25 times 3 is 75. 5 times 15. 15 and 25 is 40. What is 15 and 25? It is the O and it is the Y and it's Yo Elev. That's what it says. It says Yo Elev, which means student. Which means, hold on a second. Yo Elev is student, okay? It's a Y and it's an O. When you bring 2 Y's together, okay, it creates the O in the center of it. Can you imagine 2 Y's coming together? It creates the O, and then you got your tails. At the same time, I mean, you can do a lot of things with this. Oh boy. How come she like this? See the Canadians thing here? That's a plug on your wall, the Canadians emblem. D11. ID. If you connect this together, it's ID. There's, you see? Same thing, just about. Somebody was asking me what this was before I go back to look what I was looking for. See this over here? This is eliminating, okay, all the in-between keys. 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 29, 32, and 35, all gone. And then I connect every second one. And I go 10 and 12, and I skip 13, 14, 15. But I take 16 and 18. So this is what I do. And I box it. I'll take it and I'll move it to this side. Then I move it to this side. I can move it either or over the 3 numbers, marking in all 9 numbers, or I can eliminate the in-between numbers and just put these numbers together. 10 and 18 is 28. 12 and 16 is 28. 16 and 18 is 34. 12 and 10 is 22. 22 is the blue light. 2 and 10 equals to 12 alpha beta. Okay, this is A. This is L. L-A. L-A-O-S-A. 2, 3. 0 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. G. This, well, basically, something says Los Angeles, but we know 22 is Grover Cleveland and it's Bustin' Blackjack. We also know 34 stands for number 1. 7, and 4. Jesus Christ, the same scenarios we had earlier. 7 times 2 is 14. And we have the week and the dice and the whole thing that rows around number 7. And then we have this one over here, because on a roulette board, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many you get. 4, 8, 12, 16. 10 is black. Red, 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 black. Red, red, red. Everything but the 10 and 28 are black. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 and 9 is 10. 10 is 10 and 1 is 1. The one house, the A house, gets split. It gets split up. Okay? So in this house over here, again, which number are you looking for? What do you want to talk about? What is the question? Here comes the light. 16, 4, and 16 and 4. 7 and 3 is 10. These are the wings of Nibiru. That is the light. I believe that's flying out of Mercury somehow. I don't know how it is, but it's all about, for me, I don't know. Mercury, for me, I don't need an operator if I am the operator. And I don't have to come home or get a message. I am home. My kids didn't leave the house. They're still sleeping and in a dream. I'm Venus and I am Mercury. You're nothing but a bunch of stones, you all stoners and cronies down there on the planet. So what I was looking for over here, which here I found it, is with the word 12. 12 equals to 43, which is the DC world. It is the 3 and 4 that links 1 and 2 with 5 and 6, in which 5 and 6 on the dice, here is the 6, there is no other. These two divide the north and the south, or the north and the south divide, creating the I and the H within it. The only one that can bring the light, the only number 7. There are no others. The other two sides are 5 and 5. It's 5 and 5 and 7. SPERM, Standard and Poor's, sperm. EGG, within the heart, EGG, right? Who gets a hard hat? You remember that program where the chicken's egg just stuck to the top of his hat and he held the flower, right? That flower could be your heart, your oil tank. 3 sides. These 2 sides are 5 and 5. 5775, 1776, all the same weird things. Which one do you want me to calculate it? Or I've done it before. Is it you want again, or you don't know where it is, or what's the question? Let's see, when I'm making up all these things, if I don't show you, you got to point to, like, it's right there, right? Like, where? I don't see. Okay. So this is how it counts. In the word 12, okay, right? Now I'm going to do this again. 4 times 4. Do I have to do this? No, we're not going to do this yet. Just remember this, and I'll do it after this, okay? 12. It's purple. The purple heart. 4 is the first time. Number 4. 4, 4, and 4. Where do we find 4, 4, and 4? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to find 4, 4, and 4. We're going to find some 4, 4s, and 4s. Okay, let's get a couple of more guys out here, okay? Here's a 4. 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 And here's a 4. Now the question is, this is a 4-2. This is a 4-0. This is a 4-1. This is a 4-2. This is a 4-2, 4-2, and this is a 4-1. This has got 4 on the outside and 2 in between the 4. This is like a 4.5 because this is a 4.5 because these 2 dots are actually in the middle to the value of whatever the outside dots are. If each dot owns its own realm, what is the realm of each dot? And then again, the reality is 4 times, okay, 4 times 1,440 minutes. 4 times 1,440 minutes. I'm having a pen problem here and I don't like it. I got a pen problem here. I've got a pen problem here. This is not funny, guys. This is definitely not funny. 4 times 1,440 minutes in a day equals to 5,760. If the 4 is actually the round of the dice, giving you 360 in 4 corners, your 4 equals 0 and 0 equals 4 and 6 above and below the meridian. 9 and 3. 0903. Okay, so this is what we got. 5776. 0 plus 15 equals to 5775. But in all reality, the only dice we do have is these two over here, and these two must come together and link as these two. These two must come to make this one over here. Okay, they must come together. So 1 equals 34 equals 7, 2 equals 58 equals 4, 3 equals 56 equals 2. 7 days, 24 hours a day of the universe, of the galaxy of number 42, which recreates itself in the 1010 world, which recreated itself within its own. 7 and 3 equals to 10. 4 by 2 is 8. 8 and 2 is 10. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 and 4 is 10. They all relate to each other. So that's this little thing over here. Okay, so in the same time, the two dice, okay, here, and the two dice here and here come together. So we get two dice coming together with the two dice number 44. Now we need the one dice in the center is number 7. You get 4, 4, 7. 4, 4, 7, 4, 4. 5 times 7 equals to 35. 5 plus 7 equals to 12. Equals to 47, 74. This is the same thing I've been talking about in the same last few videos and how we connect it to time. This is what we had here, 1440. This is this time coming out to this answer over here. Where did we get this answer? We're going to do it again. It's two of these. Okay, we're gonna do it over here. It's two. This is number 2, and this right. This is number 2. This is number 1. This is number 2. So we did it, this 2 plus 2 plus 1, 58 equals 13 plus 40. 58 equals 13 plus 40. Then number 1 is 34 equals 7 plus 12. This equals to 92. This equals to 33. The birth of Christ is in these numbers, 1, 2, 2. If I use this as 3 and 2, the usage of 3 and 2 will give me number 56, and 2 would be number 58, would be 114, and this would be the arm of Abraham. This would be the arm of Abraham. Now my question about that, okay, if you count from 1 to the total of 14, okay, because that's what it is, 114 is Abraham. Okay, but if you count to 114, okay, 1 all the way to 14, your answer is 105, and that's the hand of God. So who chose to duplicate whose side? 6 and 5 is 11 equals 2. 5 and 8 is 13, is 11 equals 2, is 13 equals 4. This total equals to the 24 in the same residual value. This would actually equal to 6, 6, 6, 4, Zion, Israel. When you have 1 to 14, you automatically go to the 15th and equalize this to 120. When you mark 120, it's 1.20. It's always 0.2. This is the world it is. It doesn't go, it's point, whatever, whatever, and everything else doesn't matter. Okay? What you put on the right, you put on the left. That's all you do. So we're going to finish off with that. 24 minutes. These videos are going long. Now I'm going to try and go back to the Yo-Elev that I did not finish. Okay? Yo-Elev means student. It means lev, the lips. Wake up, my lips of thy teacher. EA equals to O. It's torture or torche, which means the toilet. Okay? Take away touche, which also means to touch, okay? It also says kosher. With my lips, wake up my students. 12. 43, 555 LV. Las Vegas. Something for me that's been touching me and thinking of it, because if this was a real book, somewhere deep underneath in Lake Mead, up there in the mountain where train goes by, route number 93 through Hoover Dam, lies a Vega card being cooled by the movement of the water, keeping alive by the movement of the water. Once the water moves, it ignites that Vega card, the counter for all of Las Vegas. 12 is purple, the purple heart. It's also 4. 4 gets 4, 4 gets 8, 4 gets 12. 4 by 4 is 16. 12 gets 16. What's so special about 12 getting 16? Am I all over the place now? A little bit. Should I continue on? This is a piano mark I did a few days ago, if I can find it back in this book. This is a piano thing that I did. And what happens is every fourth one over here you have to separate from the bunch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's the 7-game series. Best of 4. Skip the 8 and continuous on. 4, 8, 3, 7, 8, 6, 7, 5, 9, 6. 4 equals 6. It's so funny the way 4 automatically equals 6. 0 equals, 7. 7. 4 will equal 7 because 0 equals 6. 6 and 4. Or you can plus it. 46 or 34. Whichever one you want. 46 or 34. This would say 1. 37, 38, 39, 1. This is your monopoly. This says 1. This says the blue world. This says left and right and center. This stands up for the church. 39 stands up for the meridian and the equator, going over here. 3 times 8 is 24, standing for the day. 3 by 9 is 27, standing for the red sun. 3 by 7 is the red sun, standing for space and the communication with the cube inside the red sun and somewhere here, which is this number over here. And it comes through the communication wolf, which is number 56. 5 times 6, 5 plus 6 equals to 30 and 11. Excuse me, that is the wrong one. I need 7 times 3 is 21 within itself. 7 and 3 is 10. 7 times 3 is 21 and 10 is 31. Because you have a 10, add 6 equals to 37 again. So left spirit repeats left spirit. Then in the piano, number 44 is space. Then 48. And this year we're at the 49 Super Bowl. 49 Super Bowl is the next number. We are playing it right over here. This would be the middle world. This would be the recreation. Why do we need the middle world if we're not coming to recreate? We ended on 49. 49 and 52 is 101. The way it all began, hitting it through the post. 52 and 36 piano. You ever see the way the keys sit? This is the way the keys sit. This is not a design. This is a black key. This is the whole black key. Here, let's paint it up. This is the whole black key. And then this is the white key, but you know what? In my house, I don't know if I like white too much. White's too pearly for me. I'll take this. Now, in all reality, when you take it, this, take a good look at it. Take a good look at it. Isn't it a bunny rabbit with his teeth? Hey, isn't it a bunny rabbit with his teeth? Does that not look like a bunny rabbit with his teeth? Now, I didn't get out to designing letters. This letter up, this letter down, this letter out, this letter in, and put them all together, and it starts to make all this. So this is the piano. So when you read it, it says 4, 8 is 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, the door, the creation. Then they explain the blue worlds, the area, the space we are confined to, and who we are. Second 5, second fiddle, I guess. Where are we supposed to begin? 24 and 28 are the two numbers. 24 and 28 is the 52, so that means we are somewhere over here. So we would be between 21 and 25, we'd be 23 over here. Between 22 and 26 would be number 24 over here. And between 23 and 27 would be 25 over here. 23, 24, 25. Let me do that again. 22 and 23, 23 and 24. Okay, I made one little error here. Okay. The average between 23 and 25 is 24. 24, we come back to who we are. We create our, I can't even explain this. This is WXY. When you always end it, you will always add 1 to the end anyway, saying Z, saying we are the end, and we live between here and here. The 6 days of the week, the 28 days of the moon, the 28 days of the 4 weeks of the month, the time heaven. We are the B and D. Okay, whatever that comes to mean, but we are life. We are of the cube, and we are of the beta world. Beta creation, which is a secondary vibration, secondary world that recreates us. Because we're more than just, we have to come into this world. They have to build us. We're not built. Control of the elements. Building. I'll mix this with this and it'll clean your counter. Same thing. I'm not quite sure where I didn't go in this video. Do you remember I was telling you about putting the dice together? Because really to build this 5, it's either 1 and 4 or it's 1, 2, and 2. But the reality of this is these are the Canadian links and these are the bow ties supporting each level. If this one goes down, this one pushes down, this one pushes up. Anyways, I don't know how they work on each other, but that's how I set them up. Either this way or this way. Same thing, same thing. So let me take a look down. There was one little thing I wanted to show. See this over here? This one over here. See how I missed 1, 2, 3 boxes just to get in one box? And then the opposite happens over here. Just realities. Where I'm going to use this, I don't know. At the same time, if you look, it creates 5 and 2s all the way around. Okay, just 5s and 2s. And then the question mark and the C. Or the grinder. Anyways, we're not going to get into there. Hebrew, Spanish, French, Gematria, Chaldean. A plunger, a slave, 1 or 2 at night. I bid for life until we split the spirit. Strength I hold from within thy mind of the energy. We can upload tons, but we can't download more than what? Not very much. I just want to go through a bunch of these things here. A equals 4, B equals 8, C equals 12, D equals 16, E equals 20, F equals 24, G 28, H 32, I 36, and J is 40. I'm going to count 10 as a number. Because, or can you count 10 as a number? If you count 10 as a number, you're counting the first one with the last one. And can you count the first one with the last one? The first one is inside the last one. There is no other card of 9 in 1, 2, 3, 4 other than 5. It takes 1 and 4 to make the 5, as well as it takes the 1 and 9 to make the 10. So there is no 10, okay? Because there is no, yes, there is a 10, but there is no 1 without the 9 that makes the 10. In fact, that's not even true, because it doesn't even make a 10. It creates a 10 because it creates 2 5s. Because in all actuality, it's 4 and 4 and 1, which makes 9. And because you make 9 in this world, you get communication. And once you get communication and a receiver from the outside world, now you can say you have 2 worlds, one outside of 5 and now one inside of 5. That's why they do Roman numerals. Where's that Roman numeral thing? I mean, because I have tons of stuff. I don't stay on anything. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for you. Right? Can you wait here for a second? I mean, I've got the planets in low shoe, and I got the planets. You know that Mercury and Mars are reverse low shoe numbers? Mars gets Mercury. Oh, no, they're not. Mars gets Mercury, and I forgot. Mars gets Mercury, and Mercury actually gets Neptune. So what actually happens is that 1 and 8 come together, creating H. 1 and 8, Mercury getting Neptune creates the R letter, creates the third world. Because R is 3 times 6 is 18. Neptune is 8. The opposition of the 6 and 2. The opposite of that is 1 and 5. The 6 and 8 reflect each other in the cube. So Mercury and Neptune and Mars come together, in which, in the area of Mars, Earth takes its place. But Mars gets Mercury, and Neptune takes Uranus. So Neptune moves all the way over into the spirit world, or into the left world. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say the spirit world. Into the left world, okay? Into the world of 7, okay? Neptune goes into the world of 7 life, but Uranus moves into the 6th world of Saturn. Isn't that control? Anyways, we'll talk about this. Yes, one thing I wanted to talk about, Roman numerals up to 24 and what the reality of their values are. And again, I'm not using all these values towards anything yet. I'm not saying, okay, to put up a building and writing down all my numbers, because I got to do the small stuff, because I'm trying to learn myself. But at the end of this, I like to say the whole thing is, I'm still a little confused of the totality of the home run, and it's deep into my mind, but I know since it's in front of me, and one day I'll have the chance to get that, to understand a Messer's home run a little bit better, then I like I said, I'd like to put some tails on those donkeys, because wow, they're good. Wow, they're good. They're good. Too many ideas just sends me in so many areas, many ideas. So you know what, when you have too many ideas, you just have to close down some portals until you get control, that the ideas don't seem to rush you. And I think I ran 20 miles today thinking, I ran 80 miles yesterday thinking I'm going fast because the lights are on. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Oh, there goes 3737. Thanks for watching.